That hurt.
I'm tuned in like crazy, and I'm pretending like I know what they're doing, and I'm,
articulate and intelligent.
Greg's a bitch. That's all.
I find them offensive as hell.
I've never been a fan.
Yeah, fuck them.
Terrible! Bad! Not bad! Oh, pretty good. Okay! Decent! Fair! Great! I loved it!
This sucks. Yeah, you really gotta wonder how the stuff gets made.
All right, welcome to the Straight Red Car. Car? Not a car. I like racing, but this is not a car. A show where no one's really quite safe, not even us. I have a good beer on that I'm going to introduce tonight. So I'm excited to drink, which is great.
Nice.
Right now, I'm finishing up whatever's left of this ginger ale and vodka, because there was this discussion in one of our comment sections on one of our shows. I think it was the last one. It was a really cool discussion between a guy who likes to watch us and watches our show, and he likes our humor, and another guy who just doesn't quite get it. And that's fine. There are going to people who just don't get it, and that's okay. But the guy was still, listen, he liked the topic of the show, but he's like, I've already watched 15 minutes, and they still haven't got to the topic. Dude, we don't get to the topic for a long time.
Wait for today, guys.
I mean, we talk about soccer things because we got transfer news and all kinds of other, but the main topic is at the end of the show. So if you're just here for the main topic, just go straight to the end of the show because that's where it's going to be. Like, check out the last 20 or 30 minutes. We are going to talk about lots of soccer stuff up until then, and then not some soccer stuff. But if you want just the topic, just go to the end.
I know we've had somebody consistently asking for us to put timestamps on the video. So I need to figure out really how to do that and really just set up, hey, this is when we get to the actual topics at hand. And it's going to be for like the last 40 minutes of the show.
I mean, we could do that, but then, you might lose somebody who really actually enjoys the first 30 minutes of the show more than they enjoy the actual soccer talk, which is true for some people. Mm-hmm. So, all right, the turd in the background. Welcome back to the Straight Red Card. You will have a good season abroad. Nobody did last year, so this is the year. I predict Jesus Ferreira will score 20 goals for Napoli. Oh, my God. Well, you're going to lose that prediction, my friend. My wife just took a shit on me. Isn't that called a Cleveland steamer or something like that? My wife offered Vlatko a free BJ if he wins the World Cup. Apparently, he'd rather have an Alabama Hot Pocket. Well, one thing we do have to bring up, Brett, based on that comment, is how hardcore Alexi Lawless and some of the guys and some of the criticism has been on Vlatko and the women's team compared to the men's team, which you're apparently not allowed to criticize. But Lawless shat all over the women's team at halftime, said, the Dutch are the better team. They're more skilled. They're more technical. They're faster. They're stronger. They're smarter. I mean, Jesus, might as well just call the women's team a bunch of lackeys. But that's okay, apparently. I don't know.
Well, yeah, and Jonathan's got a point up here is basically saying Vlatko is equal to Greg. Basically, it's Greg. If you're making your subs within the last 5 to 7 minutes of the match, why are we considered toxic for bitching about Berhalter when he does it?
And we got a deep women's team, really deep women's team, right? Mm-hmm. So we got a lot of options off the bench. Yet the only person who came in, I believe, was at halftime before the late ones was Lavelle. And I guess the only reason she didn't start, Rose, Conan Jr., Lavelle, she does look a lot like Conan O'Brien Jr., like when Conan O'Brien was really young. I know I've mentioned this before, but goddamn, it's true. Just go watch any interview with her. She looks like a young Conan O'Brien. Better looking, but still a lot of the same features. Anyhow, she made the difference for that team in the second half. And had we not had one of the goals called back for offsides, might have been different. But you turds. So there you go from Berlin, getting it out early as he has in the last number of shows. These new headphones, like, they make everything else so much quieter, yet I still can't really hear myself really well. They're kind of annoying. Excellent. Aliens. Aliens. Yes, there's all kinds of news about aliens. I guess there are, what do they call those? What are the guys that, whistleblowers coming out saying, oh, yeah, not only have we seen the aliens, but we got some alien like materials and body parts and shit. And
I don't know. Lying to Congress is a big deal. At least it used to be.
It doesn't surprise me that there are other creatures in the universe. It doesn't surprise me that we might have encountered them. I think one report said we've known about something like this, or the government has, since 1930.
I heard Independence Day was actually a documentary, not necessarily just a popcorn flick.
No, it was a future documentary. It was looking into the future. Listen, we're probably not going to be around for it, Brett, but at some point, it's probably going to come out, and there'll probably be some meeting with these creatures or whatever. I don't know. I'd love it to happen while I'm around, because that shit's fucking fascinating, but I doubt it will. That's too fascinating, for it to happen in our lifetimes.
I've seen an abundance of crazy people recently. Of course, everybody's got phones, so everybody's recording shit now. Maybe the crazy people have always been there, or it could be aliens in human skin suits that don't know how to assimilate with human culture as a whole.
Well, you have to also wonder.
I think it's mainly the people on roundabouts too. Those people have to be aliens.
Not to get
worthless drivers.
Political, because this is really an apolitical thought at this point. But as hammering and protective as the establishment class has been of their power for the last, I don't know, since the Clintons, since the Bushes, I don't know, go back further. I don't know how long it's been, but I do know there is an establishment class and you're not allowed to challenge it. And maybe they all are aliens. I don't know. I doubt it. They're just all cocksuckers, mostly. I don't think they're aliens at all, probably. They're just dicks. They're fucking dicks. All right. By the way, Midnight Man showing up early. Midnight Man, when is your album coming out? I'm the Midnight Man. I'm the Midnight Man. There's an album in your name. Midnight Man. Starring Midnight Man. Album breaking called Midnight Man. All right. Midnight Man, $4.99. We appreciate it very much. Much love to you. Waiting for your album to break. I went to the Arsenal versus Barca game. Barca, good game, but as a U.S. men's national team fan, I was disappointed. Dest was terrible, and Balogun didn't play. Yeah, it would have been nice. You'd think, they would do that. They would play Balogun.
Arteta said that Balogun had a slightly injured foot.
Testicle.
I went for the real thing. You went for the straight red card reason.
Left. It's usually the left one. All right. Des was not good. I did watch his every touch thing. A lot of overcommitting on defense and getting burned. I did not get to watch the full game, unfortunately.
You got subbed out. A lot of people got subbed out at halftime, apparently.
Well, then that was just the plan. Tonight, however, after the show, guys, I'm going to be watching AC Milan and Juve. Hopefully we get to see, we will get to see Pulisic. Question is, will we get to see McKennie as well? And Weah.
Yeah, we should. Well, I would imagine
we'll see Weah.
We'll see Weah. And I would also imagine we're going to see Weston. Unless they're finalizing some kind of a loan deal or a transfer. We'll see.
No, we'll see Weston whether he plays or not. He'll be on the sidelines, doing his usual, buffoonery. His shtick with probably a bottle of champagne hidden underneath his chair. All right. What was the
Thanks
other
again
thing?
for the $4.99, Midnight Man. Appreciate that.
Remember we were monitoring the guy with the 100-pound ball sack, the 100-pound scrotum?
I remember you mentioning that before the show.
No, I thought you were monitoring that.
I monitored you talking about some guy with a 100-pound sack because I had mentioned, I'm like, man, once my sack got to like a pound or two, at that point you got to go to the doctor, right?
Dude, I woke up at 5 a.m. I had maybe a 2-pound, 3-pound sack. All right. I immediately darted off to the hospital. Okay. So you don't wait around for it to get to 100 pounds. That's just not what you do. But apparently he had a disease of some sort. But I mean, he should have known he had a disease, even if you're as big as he was, which I think he's like 300 and something pounds. Your ball sack shouldn't be 1/4 of your body weight. That's not normal. You go get that checked out. Now, maybe he didn't have health insurance. So
he kept rubbing a steroid cream on his cock, but then problem is he had no AC, so it all melted down and got only on his sack.
Come on, that's really creative. That is not what happened. The dude let his ball sack grow to 100 pounds. It's on YouTube. You can go check it out.
I have no intention of going to look at a guy's 100-pound ball sack.
No, you can't see it. I mean, you can't.
How can you not see it?
Well, it's like the what's the?
Probably see that from space, man.
What's the show with Cartman?
Aliens are coming into town, right?
Cartman and all those. What's the guy with South? It's like the South Park. Like the guy's wheeling his nuts around, but you can't. Well, I guess you could see them in the show, couldn't you? Or were they covered?
I would imagine.
I
imagine yes, they're covered, but I'm sure you saw something.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, you can't see his ball sack. You just wouldn't want to. Anyhow, I'm sure it's disgusting. But anyhow, he got it removed. Everything's going good. He now only weighs 300 pounds. He used to weigh 400. So there you go.
BMR says maybe he was trying to get the free pot in South Park, which was he said that before he brought up South Park. But I started laughing at Bandit, who said he was bouncing on it. Have you seen those bouncing balls for kids? They have like the handle and they like just bounce back and forth.
Oh yeah. Those have been around.
That's what it looked like. Yeah,
those have been around for years. Yeah, absolutely. Although that's one big ball, he would have two.
Well, it's one sack. Remember, that's a sack.
He did not carry it in a wheelbarrow, Rico Poe. He actually just sort of carried it. It wasn't so big that when he stood up, it almost scraped the floor. It was close, but he could still walk normally with his. Yeah, I mean,
I imagine if you got a 100-pound sack, man, your core must be pretty solid. You know, maintaining a standing up position with that.
I don't know how solid his core is. If you go watch it, this guy's a big fatty.
Well, fair enough. Well, underneath that massive layer of fat is a solid core.
Well, I mean, the whole idea was that people would tell him, "Oh, well, it's just big because you're fat." I'm sorry, there are lots of fat people. I don't see a bunch of 400-pound women walking around with gigantic fucking vaginas. That's just not normal, right? I'm sorry.
Do you spend your time looking at incredibly fat women's vaginas?
No, I do not, because they don't grow gigantic vaginas, number one. Anyhow, but number two, that would be gross. All right, so
I was gonna say you need to perform an experiment here. You need to go out and find 100 extremely obese women and take a look. Just
why
to verify, because
fuck would I do that?
For science, Derek.
Science. I'm not here for science at this point. I'm way beyond that.
Oh.
I had kids. I raised kids. All that is like kind of a science, right? I'm done with that part of my life, right?
Yeah.
All right. Elton John. Had to bring him up because I watched a video about 1975's best songs. And it was all like, yeah, Elton John had all these hits throughout 1975. And then he was so popular in 1975 that he, even at the end of the year, had a new number one hit. And what was surprising about this new number one hit, not so much that it necessarily went number one, but it's what was surprising about it was that it was shit. It was a fucking shit song. It sucked. It was a horrible song called Island Girl. And that is like one of the worst. If Bernie Taupin, I don't know if you know this, Bernie Taupin wrote most of the lyrics for Elton John songs. If Bernie Taupin would have handed me those lyrics and I was Elton John, I would have said, fuck you, dude. I am not writing a song for these fucking bullshit lyrics. It's about a black Jamaican prostitute who's 6'3", all right, because for just 6'3" rhymes with things, right? So it horrible song. Island girl, It's a horrible song.
Well,
and
yes.
it's this dude, and he's trying to talk her or thinking about, oh, why is she like prostituting for the white man? That's the whole song. And there's no resolution. Nothing happens. He doesn't convince her, although he does say during the song that he's fucked her. All right. And that she's like an old worn tire. Like, what? Just like when he fucks her, she's like,
flattery does not work here, Derek.
Dude, this is the worst metaphors. Like, you're calling her, she wraps around you like an old worn tire. I don't know anybody who wears old worn tires around them, number one. And metaphorically, that doesn't even make sense. So it's gross. I mean, that wouldn't be comfortable. So, I mean, she's basically saying she's really hot, but then describing her in not very hot ways. And says she's dark as coal, and then brings up the fact that, you know, her teeth are really bright. I mean, it's so racist shit, too, in there. It's like, come on, dude. This is so stereotypical shit. I cannot believe Elton John. But what did Elton John had nothing. It's just whatever Bernie wrote, he wrote the song for it and said, fuck it. Right? I'll just write whatever Bernie hands me, however smelly the pile of shit is, I'm going to write the song.
He also sang a song about two lions having sex, so that's weird too.
I don't think Bernie had anything to do with that one, though.
No, it was Lion. It was sorry, the
Lion King. Lion King. Yeah.
But
so anyhow, go check out Island Girl. Just
speaking of bad songs for
jollies.
singers who aren't bad people or bad, musicians. When you were talking that entire time, the only thing I could think about was on Queen's Greatest Hits, and they had Body Language. It's garbage song.
Well, was that late in the Queen discography? I think it was.
But
a lot of that was garbage.
Yeah, it was on their greatest hits. You're going through the greatest hits. You're like, oh, this is great. This is the first CD. It's awesome. And all of a sudden you get to that, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that must have been one of their late songs because I don't even know what that song is. That's really weird. Mm-hmm. So it must have been one of the ones they squeezed on the album. Like, oh yeah, it's one of our better ones from 1980, whatever, right before
the record company was like, we got to get one more song in there. Oh, God, we already got all of our hits. Throw Body Language. Fuck it.
God, yeah. Who knows? Never heard it. I'm taking your word for it that it sucks. But you've heard Island Girl. Good. I take it, right? Probably. Island Girl. Oh. Don't want to be a part of the white man's world. It's
maybe I actually heard the actual song.
Well, don't stress yourself about it. It's not worth.
Thanks for letting me know.
It's not really worth. Also, want to mention that it is National Chili Dog Day.
Oh,
all right.
You're right.
And we have talked on this show about the inappropriateness of John Mellencamp's lyrics for the song Jack and Diane, where he sings, sucking on a chili dog outside the tasty treat. And it's a kind of funny thing at work we all kind of joke about, like, chili dog. Hey, Derek, where are you going? I'm going to Hoagies and Hops. What are you going to get? A chili dog. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get a chili dog. And, so we just sort of mock the song. So on National Chili Dog Day, I found this.
Sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog, 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 chili dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog.
That got really weird.
Sucking on a chili dog.
He's gonna do it again here.
Sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog.
Sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog.
Not right. Not right. And then we go into the do. Remember the drum part?
Yeah. Is that coming up right now?
That. Yeah.
Sucking on.
Look at the screen.
Love the lyrics.
Chili dog. Sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on chili, sucking on a dog.
Oh, God.
Sucking on a chili dog, sucking on chili dog.
Oh,
a little
no.
ditty about Jack and Diane.
Oh, they were, yeah.
You can play the rest of it. It's almost over.
Yeah, fair enough. It is about 15 seconds, yeah.
Two American kids sucking on a chili dog.
Anyhow, that's fucking. I had never heard this before, but
Oh, my
I
Lord.
heard it on the radio on the way back home from work today. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But the guys on the radio played it because it was National Chili Day, which I already knew because we'd already talked about it at work, and we'd already done the chili dog jokes all day. So, wow.
If only,
All right.
if only we had the bingo cards up tonight, guys, you guys could have had a bestiality right there, you know, sucking on a dog.
So, I
sucking
mean,
on a chili dog.
indirectly, yes.
Yeah.
All right, the beer of tonight is a Chimay's Grand Reserve. It's one of the best beers in the world, or one of the best. I'd say, you know, on the Belgian meter, it's up there in the top 75%. Quite a good one. So I recommend it, and I'm going to be drinking this potable tonight. Brett will be drinking his average bourbon.
It's me bourbon. And I got a vodka chaser in the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good God. You're not messing around tonight.
Ain't fucking around.
I cannot read the alcohol content, ABV, on this beer because I don't have enough light, really. So if somebody knows what, I think it's 9% is the ABV on this. But Chimay, I mean, some of the other Chimays, not so great. But the Grand Reserve is quite good. That song will never sound the same to me ever again.
Harry Cuntlips here says, "My bad. Who even does that? Who even does the bingo?"
Are you asking who creates it or who plays it? I mean, if you're asking me who plays it, I have no fucking clue.
Harry asks, "But who even does the bingo?" So that's a great question. Harry might be trying to get us to say it's Mitch, but I think it's Harry. Won't let me change my name. YouTube won't let me change my name.
Harry Cuntlips.
If it's gonna stick with anything, man, that's the name you want.
Yes.
Asking serious questions on it's called soccer or any of those. Not it's all in Soccer We Trust is what I was going with. Because I don't think they'll ever pull the question. However serious it might be, Mitch, with that name. So
no, they won't do that. They won't. I think even
we'll do it here every day of the week.
I think even Pete might hesitate pulling that one up.
Okay, well, you're bringing that up now. We're gonna have to talk about that now.
Yes, we are. I just want to also say before you get there, I was going through obituaries of some of the people that have died of overdoses the other day. Not a fun thing to do. One of the guys who didn't die of an overdose, by the way, but was listed in the same obituary, his name was, and I'm not kidding, his name was Carl Felcher. Felcher. I'm sorry. If my name was Carl Felcher, I would change that name. Although he was 82, so that word didn't exist.
No, of course it didn't exist.
The majority of his life.
The act itself didn't exist.
Not until when? The 90s? 80s? When did the term
60s, 70s? I mean, the actual term itself probably didn't come up until later, but I'm sure the act itself probably came up in the hippie era.
But I mean the term.
Oh, I don't know.
To felch.
Or not to felch. That is the question, isn't it?
Whether it is more.
You know what? It's all the way back to Shakespeare, right?
Whether it is more
or not to
noble.
felch.
I was going to do a little Shakespeare for
Sorry,
you, but you wouldn't let me do it. That's all right. The time is
already ruined.
Yes. All right. So his name is Carl Felcher. Thank God he was old. He never had to live through the jokes. Because if your name was Carl Felcher now,
I would imagine Mr. Felcher probably had kids.
Yeah, I would imagine too. But I didn't go looking for them.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you had something about Pete. You said, "What's this?"
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, Pete. Yeah, I've got to bring it up. How can we not?
I don't even know what he's bringing up. So if it's offensive, Pete, I'm already giving you apologies. Tax nutsack for $5.
So this video came out and Tagged responded, goes, Why is my nutsack responding or asking Pete a question?
Oh
no.
wow,
So,
that's great.
all right. Well, this is the video that's gone viral on Twitter right
What
now.
the fuck is Pete
everywhere.
doing?
And it's only 2 seconds long, Derek. So,
he's sucking. He's got like a. What the fuck? What the hell is this? What are you playing on our show?
okay.
What the fuck is that?
This looks bad, guys. This looks bad. I mean, what we don't actually know, what we didn't realize is this was actually Pete. He was doing a casting call for a commercial. A lot of you guys didn't know this. Actually,
Popsicle commercial.
You just saw the that little thing, that little 2-second clip, and man, you thought the worst. We all thought the worst, but I
Corn
found
dog
out.
commercial, popsicle commercial.
No, it's actually a beer commercial, Derek.
Oh, he's downing a beer there. That's a very odd way to down a beer.
Well, you'll see when it happens here. So.
All right. What an idiot! What an idiot! What a fucking idiot! Turn it off, dumbass! Before you fucking put it. Are people fucking totally stupid?
Oh, no.
What's his IQ? 48? Jesus Christ! And he looks so disappointed at the end. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
He's like, "Oh, hand me that beer, man. All right, I'm good."
What a fucking moron! Fuck it.
The better part of first off, he throws it. Now there's a bunch of broken glass everywhere. So that's that. But it'd been funnier if he actually went in there and like busted up all of his teeth and he.
It would have been a rattle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Alex is saying, "What is he doing?" LOL. Some kind of jackhammering type of thing. I mean, he's got some device that's obviously breaking up concrete. You'd imagine.
Yeah, something real manly.
Manly.
All
right. Well, we've had a lot of fun at Pete's expense there. Let's actually watch the clip itself.
Okay.
It with all of its context.
Okay.
That's the standard that Berhalter needs to be held to, and if he's not, we're going to crucify him for it, just like we did in his first cycle. Okay, because nobody else will. Believe me, the media is going to be out there just. That's the standard.
There you go.
Context
was needed, right?
That was such a straight red card moment for Pete.
I know.
I totally praise him for that.
This got sent over to me. I'm like, oh my god, we have corrupted Pete. First, it was cursing, fuck this, fuck that. I'm fucking done with this fucking team. Fuck that. Like 5 fucks in 1 second. And now he's throwing up an image that mainstream media sucks on Berhalter's cock. So
because they do. Metaphorically, he's correct.
No, that was
but
awesome.
You know what? He already knew that. He's just never gotten as crass as we've gotten about it. But he certainly feels the same way. Obviously,
he's becoming one of us.
I think he was already there. He's just got some self-control. Where in this show we have none. We don't care.
Yeah.
All right. So, oh shit! Almost knocked over my beer. Woo! That's a close call. Close call. Let's drink that. All right, what are we moving to next?
Well, we got such a great reaction to the elephant video last show, so I figured we'd pull up another animal video.
You don't want to do some soccer first?
No.
Can I just bring up that
can.
everybody made a big fucking deal about Wrexham beating Man United? Did you see who Man United put out to play in that game?
So this is the same type of argument about like I can't believe a USL team beat MLS. Well, I mean, if you throw out your scrubs, you would still imagine if you're signed to an MLS team, which is Division I, that you should be able to beat an NPSL team or a USL team. You should imagine that that Man United. And no, I did not see the lineup. But you would imagine that somebody who's signed by Man United should in fact be able to beat a 4th-tier English.
It was the U team.
Fair enough.
They played the U team.
Fair enough.
And so Wrexham beat them. Big fucking shocker. Like, this is not a crappy. This Wrexham team is probably going to get promoted again.
Sure.
That's how good this team is. So the fact that they beat up a bunch of kids shouldn't be really shocking to anybody. I don't think. But there, maybe it's just me. I just saw the headlines. Wrexham defeats Man United. And I'm like, no, dude.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be blowing a load over it. It's a preseason match. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, but people are trying to sell their articles.
Fair enough.
So they have these big headlines, and you're like, I know the context. I'm not clicking on that shit. I know who Man United played. I don't know. It's just pathetic, mostly. All right, so we got a soccer topic jammed in there. Now,
we're mixing and matching it so everybody feels like we're actually talking about the sport rather than just doing a bunch of fluff for 2 hours.
We're not going to do fluff for 2 hours.
Surely not.
Surely not.
So it was, like I said, the elephant video was heartwarming. Whole herd went by, and last elephant waved at the car, like, appreciate that. Thanks for letting us pass. I mean, we totally would have fucked up your car if you didn't, but we all get to move on with life, So this is. I saw this video and I felt like, this is heartwarming as well. We're looking at some kind of a feed bucket. I'm guessing a horse.
Brett, this better not be some like semination jerking off a horse's thing.
Derek, what kind of show do you think I run here? Seriously.
All right.
Seriously. No. This is wholesome entertainment. Always has been. We're feeding an animal, right?
All right. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Well, she's lucky she didn't break her neck.
Riding bareback.
Oh, my God. I mean, because she could have broke her fucking neck.
The horse was nice enough to throw her into water, right?
I know. That could have ended very badly.
Get off my back, bitch.
All right. That's a good one. All right. Well, it all ended good. And then she said, what the fuck? Well, I mean, she probably has a good reason to say that. Like, why are you feeding this motherfucker when I'm still riding it? Yeah. Bad play. Although, I mean, if he thought he's being funny, if she would have broke her fucking neck on the fence, then it wouldn't have been funny at all, would it? Motherfuckers?
Well, then that video would have gone up on the Twitter handle 1,000 Ways to Die, which is our next video I've brought up here.
Can I mention another soccer thing before you get to it?
Might as well, if you got it.
All right.
Yeah, let's intermix them.
Dallas Leagues Cup. Nobody came to the game. What's up with that?
No, it wasn't Dallas. It was Austin.
No, Dallas had problems. There was like almost nobody
shit.
at the Dallas games too. But the Puebla
midweek, like 112 degrees. I don't blame anybody for not wanting to go in Texas.
Puebla Matalazan something team. Nobody went to that either. Reeves can't complain anymore.
Christopher.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay.
Now he's riding the wheelchair in heaven, I imagine.
Yeah, that sucked for him. Good guy, generally too. Very good guy. All right.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah, let me do a little of that.
Have you ever watched that show?
No.
On MTV. It's like I would argue and say it's a poor man's Daniel Tosh.
It's like
Tosh.
a skateboard guy hosts it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fun sometimes. I haven't seen it for years. It's been on forever, it seems like.
So I was saying, much like that chick who was thrown into the water, she could have ended up on 1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah.
If you guys don't mind some hilarious, but sometimes also very squeamish videos, go to their Twitter handle. They've got a lot of stuff up there. I was telling Derek, one I watched earlier today, part of it was a guy who jumped off of a roof, like a one-story roof, and landed on the ground, and his knees bent the other way. And I wanted to die there. I wanted to die for him.
But he didn't die.
No, he didn't die.
But why is he on 1,000 Ways to Die then?
Well, why not at that point? Again, I would have at that point I would have taken a bullet to the head and been happy.
They would need to rename the show 1,000 Ways to Fuck Up Your Knees. Okay, what's this?
All right.
Are people going to die in this?
It's a guy that looks like he's tightrope walking on a piece of wood over some water. So I don't think anybody's going to die necessarily.
Okay. He's going to bust his nutsack.
Except
I knew that was coming.
Except for maybe his kids. His kids literally just died right there. I think the guy in the green is why I pulled this up, because his reaction, like, oh shit.
Oh my God. Oh shit!
Oh
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, that's some scrotal
I love
destruction.
how they have life jackets on. Like, how deep do you think that water is right there? Come on.
Well, maybe they're planning on going out in the boats later.
Maybe.
But it seems to me this is just a bad move in general. I don't know why. If I'm a dude, I'm doing this maneuver. But I know one thing: if I'm going to slip and fall, I'm moving left or right. I am not going dead straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad for the nutsack. All right. What do we got? That was horrible.
Someone no longer has opportunity of having kids.
That's just, yeah, that was bad. All right, so we've used up 36 fucking minutes. Do you want to cover that article?
Not yet.
Or where do you want to go?
I want to go through a couple small things here real quick, just quick things, and then we can
like transfer news.
And we'll jump into that in just a second. Yes.
Okay.
All right. While not a thousand's way to die, I think this is probably more realistic of a way to die than the last video we just watched.
You're using up all these good ones on one show.
I know, but there's such an abundance of these things.
Teach yourself how
look at him go. Oh, look at his pants.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
fuck. Oh, fucking A.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Oh, didn't make that sound. It says right there.
Oh,
fuck.
That's going to break his neck, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Did he really die in real life?
I don't know who this is. Wear pants that fit you, and you wouldn't have to worry about this shit.
No, just when you land, get your fucking face off the goddamn teeter totter. You dumb idiot.
He lands.
He just laid there.
And he's like, I banged my shoulder into this. Oh no. I'm gonna pretend like I'm dead.
And this
because now I am dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna break your fucking neck. All right.
I don't know. The idea of even doing this thing as a whole just seems stupid to me.
Well, it's childish. You know how.
Okay, let's
calling anything childish is just really above, it's just above the pale. All right, beyond the pale.
I've got 3 more fluff videos, or we can do transfer news and mix it up a bit.
We better do some soccer.
Transfer news. We'll jump back.
Why don't you keep some of the fluff for some other shows?
Eric, I can't. You have no idea how much of this stuff comes through. Let's talk about some transfer news, and then we'll jump back.
If that's the case, we're going to just have a show about fluff coming up. That's all we're going to do. All right.
We're going to do some
transfer news. Everybody loves that transfer news, but me. All right. Fabrizio Romano, the reliable Yunus Musa position, won't change. He wants AC Milan and hopes for Valencia to reach an agreement and let him go as soon as possible. Valencia want 25. AC Milan are offering 18. I am not seeing anything budging on this. It's really, really disturbing.
It's always 25. Yeah.
And I don't know why Valencia are being so fucking stubborn about this. I really don't. I mean, yes, is he one of their better future players going forward if you're Valencia? Yes. But, I mean, the $1 million difference isn't much. Can't you make it up with like a higher sell-on fee or something, that would make sense? So, I mean, this is disturbing. We are now days into this conversation, and we unfortunately have no solution. No full screen.
So I noticed that just now, actually, quite frankly. I was looking at the screen after I saw Chris's comment, and yeah, it does definitely look like it's handled on a phone more so than an actual PC, the screen itself. And I want to know, I'm wondering if that is I'm using one screen right now, guys. So I've got half of my screen dedicated to the actual stream itself. I got half the screen dedicated to all my tabs on Chrome. So I wonder if it's only pulling it up in this very small format on our screen because of that.
Certainly not just an X thing all of a sudden, is it? No.
All right. Let's see. Did that change it at all?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah.
Damn. That's super large. The last one.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
Well, let's see if I do.
I guess the point is, can you fucking read it?
I don't have to share the screen. Never mind. I can just do this. Okay. There you go, Chris. Hope you're happy.
Yeah, if you can read it, it's all good, right? So
yeah, a little bit because I think that's a little too close for you now.
So I mean, we're kind of already breaching a later topic, But Yunus Musa, if he's going to stay at Valencia, he needs to do a lot better than he did last year.
Yeah.
Last year, he was just sort of a role player who did not take any initiative to become or do anything more than he was asked to do. He was quite passive. He can't be that because he can be so much more. He's shown it for us.
Yeah. It was also arguably the worst Valencia team I've seen in a long time.
You could argue that the whole team looked passive for most of the season until the very end when the tits were being hung over the fucking, milker, right? And it was either be milked or not. And they decided to fucking, start to play at the end of the season and make it out of that.
Yeah.
I don't know how that metaphor works. So did they allow their tits to be milked or not? I don't know. All right. So
Alex, that is a fluff video, but I feel like that's borderlining nudity, and I don't think we want to go that route. So he tagged me in a fluff video, and I've seen that video actually. But
this whole show's going to turn into like 1,000 ways to die. All right. So what else we got with transfer news? Transfer news. Inter Milan and AC Milan are facing off to try and sign Flo from Arsenal, with Inter Milan seen as the favorites. Balogun is hugely interested in a move to Serie A. Okay, well, I'm sure he is. Yeah, I mean, and the fact that he didn't play the last game could be down to that left testicular injury, but it could also be that they're getting kind of ready to sell him maybe to a team. I don't know. Or loan him.
The case, especially if they're interested teams, are probably just pulling him off to the side and negotiating, quite frankly. So yeah, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, listen, this is not Fabrizio. This is Otaku. And I'm not saying he's full of shit.
Miguel Delaney.
I'm not saying he's full of shit. I'm just saying Fabrizio's the only guy you can generally trust on a regular basis on the rumor mill. No offense to this guy, but
it would be interesting if AC Milan ended up getting both Balogun and Musa, and all of a sudden now we have to think of an US AC Milan or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. AC Milan.
Yeah,
something like that.
Chris Gary says that's a lot of porn tabs, Brett. Well, you know what? Elon Musk did in fact.
That's all Musk's fault.
Like $19 billion for X videos, so he owns that now.
Yeah. So does he
imagine? He just bought it. He bought it. Could you imagine?
He bought X videos as well.
Yeah.
No shit.
He's doing a whole thing in branching out on Twitter. It's no longer just 250 characters. Of course, you can get a whole hell of a lot more characters by paying for it. But you also can they're going to start doing videos and creating content. So they're going to start trying to compete with YouTube. I've already seen a number of people bouncing out of Threads, man. I know that just popped up and everything, but I know that a lot of people are bouncing out of that shit.
So Tucker's going to have a show then on this thing?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay. So they got to have the theme song when they do commercials with Elon Musk, and it's going to be, X is going to give it to you. He's going to give it to you. X is going to give it to you. Bam, bam. All right. Anyhow.
R.I.P.
What do we got? Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, that's true. He is dead. You think about that.
Mm-hmm.
The ejaculatory, the AGC, Weston McKennie move away from Juventus is now on hold. The American midfielder is moved up the hierarchy of Allegri midfielders and is in line to start the friendly against Milan. Oh, make that be true.
That's what we heard. I posted it earlier today.
But that's what always happens. That happens every season. Allegri's like, oh, yeah, we might sell him or loan him. Yeah. Oh, he's staying? Okay, he's playing.
He's a starter.
Happens every fucking season. Yeah. Yep. All right. That's it with that.
Jackie D says, I don't see anything about Elon buying X videos. I saw it on Twitter. It has to be true.
Yeah, it might be a joke. It could be a joke that Brett bid on. He's bid on other things.
It might be true. Yes, it did. We always got to take it there, Derek. Come on.
Yeah, I had a little snot build up there.
Oh, let's talk about the whole biting thing, and yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Well, that's okay. Just
At least I don't have a semen buildup. That would be bad for the show.
Yeah.
All right, little Pete action.
Here we are. This is just to break up the segments before we jump into our main segment here very soon. Got a couple of quick things to pull up here. This is just a nice video of a pregnant lady dancing. You know, we can all just sit back and enjoy this. It's pretty nice.
Oh, good God. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. What is this? Why? Yeah, poor baby. Yeah, that's. I don't know how healthy that is. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Good question. All right, now there was that before we get to the main. Al Weinstein.
Man. Don't even jump into the main topics just yet.
Al Weinstein says for $1.99. Lehner, talk about it. The implication. What? What's he talking about, Brett? Lehner, talk about it. The implication. What did we miss? Did we miss some news? Some breaking news on something?
Austrian defender Stefan Lehner diagnosed with cancer and faces treatment. I don't know.
Al, you might have to let us know.
Diagnosed. Are you talking about the Austria defender?
Or are you talking about the
blood cancer? What the fuck?
Or are you talking about the investigator for U.S. Soccer who? Basically, he was hired to investigate all these things that happen to U.S. women.
Yep, you're skipping
soccer.
Don't even have to go in there. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about the defender. It's Joe Scally time because apparently his competition got blood cancer. I didn't know it was a thing. You can get blood cancer?
Oh, yeah. There's a name for it.
Blood cancer. I know. I just heard about it.
My mom has it. My mom's had it for 20 years. Successfully defeated it or kept it. You can't really get rid of it. The kind she has. But she's managed to keep it at bay with whatever medical genius shit they came up with. Because when she was first diagnosed, they gave her 5 to 10 years. Well, 20 years later, she's fit as a fiddle. She still has it.
Do you think she'd have been capable of playing right back or left back for Gladbach?
I don't know what kind of blood cancer Lehner has. If it's serious, it's bad. Because there are some that are incurable at this point. And some that are treatable. So, not good.
That's messed.
It runs in my family. My grandmother died of it too. On my mom's side. So hopefully I don't get it. But, with all the fucking partying and smoking I've done, I'm sure I've just wiped out any chance of that happening. By just diving into the cancer potentials. Trying Photoshop's new generative AI. Okay.
So Netflix and Disney have all started hiring people to run their AI so that they can get around the whole strike and the whole writer room shit that's going on. So I found this video of somebody trying the Photoshop's new AI generative feature and figured we can play it because what could go wrong here, right?
Yeah, weird.
I think this is pretty cool how this works. Stretch it out, you can see. Look, generative fill. It looks right. Okay. Look over there.
Oh, he's a painter.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, thank God. Whoa.
He's painting. Okay. All right, good.
That could have been bad. I mean,
it depends on what they put the AI in. If it was porn star, we were in trouble.
When they got to this point right here, I'm like, wait a second. Can this be on Twitter? Seriously?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, thank goodness. But then he shows his arm. I'm like, well, what's he going to put in his arm?
Yeah, I don't know.
Of course, it's a paintbrush. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Interesting. This whole AI thing's kind of weird, but curious.
Did a pretty damn good job. Well, that's a big palette down there.
I don't know this.
A lot of paintbrushes.
I don't know how this helps Hollywood, but all right. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, not this in particular.
Man, there are people posting. There are people starting like OnlyFans off of AI generated pictures, and a lot of them look fucking legit. Look legit.
You mean like porn?
Yeah. Like that. So people will post pictures that aren't necessarily porn, but they'll show the pictures of what they're all clothed and everything like that. But they show them like, this is an AI generated OnlyFans photo, and I'm just like, oh Jesus Christ, this is gonna be bad.
Well, I'm curious now. You had me at porn. All right.
Ew.
What else we got? I
got a sports related / soccer related video for you.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay.
No, this is fine. This is good because you know what? It is. Looks like it's soccer related, yes?
Yes.
This is perfectly timed sports video clips. So
okay.
Oh, right a bike.
Who sits around and makes these things?
Do what?
Who sits around and makes these fucking things? It's crazy.
I'm gonna mute it just because we don't need the audio for it. We can just watch clips here. But yeah, copyright for the music. We don't monetize, so they can copyright all they want. They're not gonna get shit for it.
Let me give you an example. Fucking A, fuck this, fuck that, and fuck your mom. See, none of that matters. I just said fuck within what? How many times in 5 seconds?
Kick that ball.
Poof.
Oh, what did you just do?
All right. These are nice. All right.
Watch the background. Goal! Or it says goat. But...
Goat. Yeah. All right. So I read an article.
Yeah, I got that pulled up here.
That popped up from The Guardian from back in 2019, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I revisited it. And it was 60 of the best young talents in world football. And I thought, okay, let's see how they did. So I scrolled down.
It's got to be pretty accurate, right?
Oh, is it not? It's bad. It is so fucking bad. Like,
but this was 60 of the best young talents in the world. So
in 2019.
So we should know most of these players because they should be playing on a lot of the good players are on the top 5 leagues, right?
Yes, because they should be 21, 22 years old. They should be doing something significant at this point, right? Mm-hmm. You would think. Well, I started going through the first 8 randomly and not randomly, but then after that, sort of picking them randomly because I'm like, who the fuck's that? Who the fuck's that? Don't know this dude. Never heard of that guy. This guy, Adele Belkacem Bouzida.
It's a great music career, right?
Still plays at the youth teams at Peridou AC in fucking Tunisia.
So you're saying he's got a chance?
No, he's failed. He's failed miserably. And then I went to the next one. Zito failed. All right. He's, I think he's at Calgary. He's not doing anything good. And then I went to the next guy. Then I went to the next guy. Then I'm like, this is just awful. They haven't got hardly any of these correct. Most of these guys are struggling. Like, can we click on one of the players? Like, yeah, let's click on Noah Botic, Hoffenheim. Noah Botic. If you scroll down, I'll give them credit for this. They at least give you updates. Okay. So look at the latest update, 2022. Has an unsettled preseason and only managed 25 minutes across 11 appearances in 2021-22 after promising signs with youth team. A big season awaits. Oh, yeah. Keep fucking jerking yourself off. This guy's not going to amount to a hill of beans. Scroll down to the next one.
Hold on.
Shit.
I can't believe it just came out of it.
Doku. Actually, I think he's done okay. I think he's actually, let's see. His first season at Rennes was interrupted by several injuries. Okay, yeah, he was one of the ones that was like, okay, he's still wait and see. Marco Kana is growing into a very cultural player he's good too. So there was a few that are like, okay, they play on okay teams. They're not doing horrible. Now back at Girona, who have been promoted to La Liga, but there's a feeling he needs to do more to get a chance at City, where he has 3 years left on his contract. So that didn't really work out great for him. Callis Magno, a year of significant progress. He not only became a key player for New York City FC, but I mean, this is supposed to be one of the 60 best players in the world. At age 21, 22, he's still looking for a move to Europe. Fuck.
All right, well, we get the idea. I'm going to scroll through some of these names and just take a look at some of them. See if we
some of them worked out.
You stop me when you recognize.
Well, that Rayner guy was a massive no-go, I believe.
Sure,
but I mean, we'll just keep scrolling down because you're going to finally see some players you might recognize, but there aren't many. There really aren't many. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, I see
somebody.
Hey,
Eunice.
Mr. Musa.
Hey, they got one right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most of these guys got a long way to go.
I'm keeping an eye on the
Jorginho Ruder.
Yeah, Ruder, yeah.
Well, that's not going real hot right now, is it?
I see a bunch of people pulling this name up here, so let's see. Where was he?
Yes, they did get a handful correct. They did. They absolutely did. But it's a small handful of 60. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you're going to do a list like this, you want to get like a 30% hit rate or somewhere around there. But the truth of the matter is they're like at a 2% or a 5% hit rate. Karim Adeyemi, great player. Malik Tillman, to be determined. Right? To be determined. I mean, this Andre Lucas Johnson guy is the guy they featured. Click on him. They featured him at the top of the article. Where's he right now? A journey from Real Madrid to Norrköping is not a well-trodden path among footballers. That is the journey Gudjohnsen made this summer. I'd never even been to Sweden, but I am looking forward to playing in front of fans. This kid is 21, 22 years old. He's done nothing. He did make his international debut for Iceland, but he ain't no Real Madrid player. All right. They loaned him to Norrköping. Seriously. You're 21, 22. Musa is younger than that, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And doing way better.
Musa's what? Like, I think he's 19. Maybe turning 20.
20. Yep. Anyhow, yeah, you'll find a few here and there, but the most part, they absolutely blew this. I mean,
isn't this what we've been talking about? Look at that guy right there.
Efren Alvarez can't even play for fucking Galaxy. All right? Not a kick-ass starter for Galaxy. Not a great player at all. He's 20.
He's just 20.
Yeah. I think that's what I said, but okay. Scroll down, keep going, see if we can find anybody else. Like that Marchinsky guy was a failure. Aaron Hickey might turn out to be something, but no guarantees there either. Keep on going. Yeah, Ansu Fati. Yeah, okay. Maybe. We'll see. It's too early, though, right? I mean, these guys are all 21, 22 years old now. Most of them. They should be names we recognize, and we finally get to two. They put Busio on this list next to fucking Reyna. What the fuck were they smoking? Like, Reyna? Yes. You're not going to go wrong there. But Busio, nah. No. Tell me when he starts starting for a Serie B team. Did you go through them all? I think we're done.
No. People are posting Pedri. Pedri?
We'll click on him. We'll see what he's doing.
Well, that, yeah.
Golden Boy Award, marred by injuries, 12 league games. This is 2022, though. We don't know what he did in 2023. I mean, maybe. Yeah, like I said, it's not like all their picks were bad.
Yeah.
They were all bad. I'm not saying all of them were bad, but the stark reality is how many of the 60 they were totally wrong about. Like, absolutely wrong. And it goes back to our point. Like, even at 18, when these guys were 18 years old, 19 years old, 17, 18 years old, when they made these picks, it's still impossible to tell who's really going to work out, right? And by 21, 20, 21, 22, you are generally what you are. Now, you might get better tactically. You might get more soccer savvy. You might become you might build a higher soccer IQ.
We're getting pegged for Pedri.
Why?
Everyone's
am I supposed to know who? I don't watch Spanish soccer that much. I do not watch Spain. Does he play in Spain? He's at Barca. Yeah, I don't know him. I don't watch Barca. Sorry. I know people are going to be like, oh my God, that's a criminal. I have so much soccer to watch, folks. I don't have time to watch Barca just for taking off.
There's a miss for us. Missed it.
No, it's not a miss. I don't watch Barcelona. I don't. Sorry. I did when Des was there, but you have to understand, we've got to watch all of the games the Americans play in Europe. We don't have any time for extracurricular activities. It's just a reality. How many games do I have the ability to watch? I got to watch fucking Sargent play. I got to watch Pulisic play. I got to let McKennie play. I got to watch everybody go. Because that's what the show's about. We're tracking Americans. I'm not interested in Pedri. Pedri ain't American. If he was, I'd watch his games too. But there are only so many games in a weekend I can squeeze in. And that means games like Barcelona games or Real Madrid games, I'm missing those games because there are no Americans on those teams. So there you go. There are certain sacrifices I have made to track Americans abroad. I know.
I mean, there's even a huge chunk of Celta's and Valencia's games that I missed, quite frankly, because again, I've only got such a limited time, and those have Americans on it. So,
yeah, they're only, and you have kids. I don't have kids, but I generally watch during the middle of the season. I literally watch 10 games to 12 games a weekend. That's fucking nuts, and that's just because I'm watching Americans play. So I don't have time to watch the young up-and-coming players for Barca or the young up-and-coming players in other teams unless they're playing for a team where an American plays on it. Then I'm going to notice them.
I'll come back to this in a second. Yeah. Seth Floyd says you can watch Des warm
the bench. It could happen. He could warm the bench this season again, although they are giving him another chance, Barcelona. So we'll see. Jacob Ramirez at $4.99. And by the way, if I do watch a lot of Des games this season, then I'll notice Pedri, won't I? This is for your ESPN Plus for La Liga. No, I have ESPN Plus.
I get to watch all the Bundesliga game, right?
Yeah, I have it, but I appreciate it, Jacob. It does cost money. You're right. But I can, at a certain point, Brett, I don't know how many games you get in, but I think 10 to 12 games a weekend, that's a lot of games.
Jesus Christ, I could not get anywhere near that.
Yeah, I don't know what else I can do.
I am lucky to really be to get in three actual games. And it was really nice when Leeds was playing because you had 2 to 3 players playing at a time. Maybe now we're looking at Juventus and AC Milan might have multiple players, so maybe I'll be able to squeeze them in. It'd be great whenever Juventus and AC Milan play each other, because then that's like 5 Americans that can be playing at the same time.
But then you're going to still have to watch Union Berlin. You're going to have to watch Frankfurt. You're going to have to watch Dortmund. It's crazy. Like, there's only so much time I have, but I have to watch.
Generally speaking, what my day is, I'll see the roster come up and Rain is not playing, so I won't start off watching Dortmund because I've got other games I can watch.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, He's born in Tenerife. At least I know where the fuck that is.
Hoorah!
Our good boy Shaq Moore played at Tenerife. Wasn't so good for him. Although they were talking about Las Palmas in that particular clip. Anyhow, the whole point of that is you're not going to get a lot right if you're making guesses about 18-year-olds. And then here we are 3 or 4, years later, and they got like 5% of those players right. That's a really low number, really small, low percentage. Now, you might say, okay, well, there's a chance that another 5% of them could still bust out and become something. It's possible, but it's not likely.
Yeah. Again, even I guess maybe we're putting too much emphasis on the numbers with the list because we look at like the U17s and U20s across the world, and using the United States as an example, you're talking maybe 3 players out of that cycle possibly being consistent contributors to that national team. Now, of course, we have 2 cycles worth of players on this team right now, basically. Some of them didn't play at the youth levels. A lot of them did, but when you're looking at a list like that, obviously, and this is the same argument we make when you start overhyping young players and saying like, "Oh, this guy, keep an eye on him. He's going to be really good."
Buccio, he's going to be the next big thing.
And then, like,
Bello,
literally
he's
2
a
years down the
real
road,
shit kicker.
They're sitting on the bench and either a regional team or
Ben Learman. Look out for him. He
Second
played for Barcelona.
keep an eye out.
You can't do it. You just can't do it because you don't know who's going to really turn out in the end. And that's
weird.
kind of what we've been
One,
saying.
right? Because so much hype went around Ben that he, obviously had to leave Barcelona. But where did he go? He
Poland.
Immediately went to Poland.
Well, he went to the Netherlands first, I believe, or Belgium, somewhere, and then he hopped over to Poland, and now he's kind of settled in. And, of course, he has a Polish passport, so he's taken to playing for Poland now. So, yeah. Now playing more Funny Cat videos. Anyhow, I thought it was an interesting list to revisit. And we'll see how it goes. U.S. means player. Yes, it's a lot to watch, folks. I'm not watching any Bello games, so you can mark that one off. Bornstein? What the fuck? Bring that.
Look at that list. Look at that list. And that's not everybody. That's just potential contenders.
I get it. Go up to the top. Bornstein's playing abroad in Honduras.
Again, we're not going to cover everybody, Derek.
No. I thought he retired after
I don't
Chicago.
know. No, I don't know. It was going to be like 36 at this point.
37 at least.
Yeah, maybe.
This guy going to play forever? All right. Like, I'll catch some Boyd games on ESPN2, right? John Brooks, I'll probably watch those, but I know I'm watching them in futility because it doesn't matter how well he plays. It makes no difference whatsoever. I watch Venezia for Tessman. I don't bother watching Venezia for Buccio because he doesn't play. But I try to watch every Venezia game I can because I am interested in seeing how Tessman develops. Now, Johnny Soccer's hard to watch.
Yeah.
For me. It's hard for me to focus on that. But I watch him play multiple times for the national team. We scroll down.
Well, we're gonna go over the list. Let's just start from the top. We'll go down, talk about our actual expectations of what makes a successful team or season, because that was the whole point of this.
Okay.
Real quick, Carlos, I did not see Jake's announcement. If you want to tag me on Twitter, I'll take a look at it, but I have not seen that, so I don't know what that's about.
I just hope if it's Jake announcing something that it's positive and it's good news. That's what I want to see. I want to see Jake do something. I mean,
okay. Well, I'm reading into it now. He says, good for him. Men in Blazers is a good opportunity. So maybe he's joining forces with Men in Blazers?
How does that work?
I don't know.
I mean, cheers.
Yeah, that's it. That's solid, man.
I hope he doesn't hate us.
Why? Because we've accepted the jabronis of American soccer commentary. That's us. We'll take it.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
No, I don't think he was talking about us.
That's a mainstream soccer show.
I don't think that he was talking about us, but I want to hope that he was talking about us because I like that. I like that name.
I know you've mentioned that. I'm not too thrilled about being called a jabroni. But anyhow.
He wasn't calling us a jabroni, so you shouldn't have to worry about anything. But I still like it. I think it's funny.
No, I don't think he did. That's what my point is.
Yeah,
I know you want him to have
I wanted to be that way because I want to take it. It's mine.
You want to take it. Well, that's why you're the pegging partner, right?
Yeah.
Has EB walked downstairs behind you nude yet tonight?
Can't see it right now. It's dark. Yeah, guys. Back here is my staircase, and I had to tell my wife. I go, "Hey, E, just so you know, the way the camera's set up, you may not want to walk downstairs." So I made her a nice big drink, so she doesn't have to worry about it because, yeah. So
well, I tell you what,
part of your own home, right? No kids. It's
I'm telling you what, man. If that did happen, there would be a lot more fucking people watching the show next time. If you don't know it.
Maybe it will. Maybe it will happen next show.
If you don't know it, Brett married way above his weight.
Maybe like slightly above.
All right. You're a charming guy, but come on. EB is
confidence, and I'm good looking.
I mean, I went to your wedding, and I thought, holy shit, this is one lucky.
Oh yeah, she was
one
singing.
Lucky bastard.
Still
That's
is.
what I thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, let's start at top.
100%. All right, Brandon Anderson at Union Berlin.
He needs to fucking play. Period. End of story. I don't know if he needs to start every single game, but he needs to fight his way onto the starting position by the end of the season. That's what I think a successful season for Brendan Aronson looks like. It's not coming off the bench and playing 50 minutes every game because his brother's going to do that for Eintracht.
Yeah.
And that would be successful for Paxton, by the way, playing 15 minutes every game. But for Aronson, for Brendan, his older brother, in order to reestablish some sort of fucking like, hey, I'm actually a good player, he's going to have to fucking fight for a starting role on Union Berlin. I don't know how he's going to do it, but that's where he needs to go. Otherwise, his stock is not going to rise. It's going to stay flat.
The few instances I've seen him in preseason, it's looked okay.
Yeah, but they're playing shit teams.
You got to impress where you can, I guess. Yes, I agree. He does need to start. If he doesn't start, and if he is a bench player off the bench, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, that's not a successful load. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
My standard, because I think he will start, whether or not it's immediately or initially or eventually. I think he will eventually start or get starts. I think he needs to not only create the chances he created like at Leeds, but he needs to actually notch assists. Mind you, that's out of
absolutely, Brett.
That's
yes.
out of his control. If he creates the opportunity and the strikers blunder it like they did at Leeds, can't blame him on that. I guess you can sit there and say like, "Well, he played 28 games and he only got like 2 assists." I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's fair," but he did also create a shit ton of chances that never got capitalized.
So hopefully that changes. But I think what you're saying is what I want to see from Brendan is not only that he plays, but I want to see some fucking results. I want to see goals. I want to see assists. That's what I want to see.
I don't anticipate goals. That's not his forte. That's not his forte. It's not his strength. His strength is to take on a player or two and create an opportunity.
Why not make it your strength, Brett? Why not make it? I would love it to be a strength.
Hey, I would love it to be a strength. I spent all last season bitching that he wasn't shooting the ball. Clearly, I want him to shoot the ball. It's just I don't think that's going to be what he's going to do this season. I just want him to start. I want him to notch some assists and continue to create opportunities and gain confidence again.
You know what he needs to do before every game is take a fucking Valium and calm the fuck down. Because once he gets near the final third and gets into the box, he freaks out like a middle schooler and with his first kiss. It's like, get over it, dude. Come on. His first fondling. Just get over that shit. All right, Chris Gary, $4.99. Derek should buy a Bello Bielefeld kit. When you guys hit 3,000 subs, I'm going to predict Gio Reyna reaches double digits in goal contributions this year. I like that prediction, and I hope you're right. Very possible that could happen. I'm skipping Paxton because he's going to be a bit player. And as
Better
long
get
as
on it. 3,000 subs is only 80 away. So
yeah, it's not far off.
yeah.
Paxton, as I said before, just needs to get 15 or so minutes a game.
Yeah, he needs to start contributing. That's all. I don't
play
I don't
some cup
expect any
games.
guy from so.
Yeah, play some cup games. Tyler Adams, just get fucking healthy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Once he's on the pitch, it's going to be a
Yeah.
successful season for him, anyways. He'll do well. Whether or not Leeds will do well is another question.
I think
Although
they'll be okay.
Bamford did score today against Forest, so there's that.
There's
And you know
hope.
what? He scored a goal because apparently the defense fucked up. He got the ball, got around the goalkeeper, chipped it in. And then he ran off and he did the Gio Reyna celebration.
Yeah.
I can't hear it, guys.
He's doing that because a lot of Leeds fans have finally said, I've had enough of Bamford.
Well, and you know what? A lot of Leeds fans are ripping him a new one for them. Like, hey, that's a great preseason goal. It's a shame you couldn't have done it last season.
Yeah. He missed a lot. George Bello, we're not going to talk about Bello. He's done.
No Bornstein.
No Boyd.
what about-
Boyd's got no shot.
Yeah.
John Brooks is not ever going to be called up by.
He doesn't have a shot, but what would you like to see from him?
I mean,
He
listen,
considered
he's,
a solid season.
what he's going to do is he's going to have a really solid season at center back, just like he did the last 8 games of last season. And he's going to solidify, and I think he and Matarazzo have a plan for this team. I think Hoffenheim will find themselves back into mid-table or higher up. We shall see. But it doesn't matter what he does because he ain't being called up by Greg. Because he called Greg a bitch.
I would be shocked, and I would give Greg a lot of props if he, in fact, did eventually call him back up.
Dude, I might even go over and hand Greg some flowers if he had the fucking manhood to be humble enough to go, listen, now's the time. We're bringing you back. I know we fucked you in the ass continuously for 2 years, but
this has been long enough punishment, you motherfucker.
Without lube. But I think it's time that we made up and be friends. But I don't see that happening because I have yet to see, until I see it, I'm not going to believe it. I've never seen Greg be the bigger man. He's got 2 big things he's got to work on. Being a bigger man in the sense of saying, hey, Gio, I fucked up too. Let's move on professionally. That's a big decision. And maybe if it's, I mean, we saw it with Ream. Ream was shocked he was called up for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Maybe Brooks can be shocked too, but I would be shocked if Berhalter was that big of a man.
I wonder if that's what Reams and Berhalter's conversation was at the Fulham game. It's like, hey, you need to make the first step. You're the adult in the situation. Go over there and apologize for rehashing that story, and let's all move on.
Yes. David D says no humble bones there. He's arrogant as fuck. He certainly is, dude. This is one of the most arrogant fucks that is. I mean, we're talking about more arrogant than Klinsmann, and that is hard to fucking do. More arrogant than Bruce Arena. That's hard to do. I wouldn't call Bob Bradley arrogant. I would consider him to be a little overconfident, maybe sometimes. Maybe that is arrogance. But there's no doubt that Greg Berhalter is the most arrogant manager that we've ever had, because look at what he framed himself as in those articles that came out that were done after the fact. Oh yeah, he hangs out with all these fucking corporate giants and smart dudes and philosophers about how you run an operation, how leadership, right? We had the whole immoral leadership conference that he was a part of. Like, dude, get out of that. Just focus on soccer. This is all that shit that they're doing is ancient shit. It's been done before. It is not new. Professional learning communities were around years ago. All this talk about building a common mission, vision, values, goals, that shit's been done. If you don't know about it, it ain't rocket fucking science, dude. So don't pretend you're some fucking genius, some philosopher. Be a philosopher of soccer. How's that? All right. Gio said today he's going to be back in September. I don't know if that means anything, but I don't either. I was really sad that he's not going to play any of the preseason. That sucks.
It sounds like he's recovering relatively quickly enough, though. At least he's back with the team in the preseason. He may not play at all, but
it didn't even look like that bad of an injury to me, Brett.
He got his foot stomped on. I mean, that's going to hurt like hell.
Well, we haven't even mentioned the left testicle, but yes, it didn't look that bad. So you would have expected him to be back quicker than this, but I guess not. So for Reyna, we haven't got to him, but now we brought him up.
Let's go talk about it real quick. Yeah.
He needs to stay fucking healthy for a season and eventually win a starting role on this team by the end of the season.
I think he'll stay healthy.
What gives you that idea?
Well, here's why. Because he only gets hurt
for us
when playing against CONCACAF teams, and quite frankly, we have no scheduled CONCACAF games for the foreseeable future.
That's not altogether true. He did get injured for Dortmund too.
He was still recovering from the injury, and he came back out, and he re-agitated an injury he got while playing against the CONCACAF team. Come on, let's be serious.
I mean,
yeah, he wasn't fully recovered.
Semantics, I guess.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Bucio, we don't talk about here anymore.
Oh, come on. He just played for us, right?
Doesn't matter.
He needs to play. That's all I got to say. I don't care what happens, but he needs to play.
He's done. Cardoso, well, there are all these rumors about where he's going to go, so we got to figure out that first, right?
Yeah.
We don't know. Cameron Carter-Vickers, man, would have been a great time for him to move to a mid-table premiership team.
He's on. Is he on loan to Celtic?
No,
or did he finally get transferred over, right?
Bought.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, he's my successful prediction for him. Fuck SPL at this point. He needs to have a good Champions League, right? I'm assuming the Champions League.
But that's not going to happen, and it's not going to be his fault that it isn't. So I think that CCV just has the same season he's had, but by the end of the season, his agent needs to be planning an escape route for him to a premiership, mid-table to lower mid-table team.
Yeah.
So he can really challenge himself. So that's that.
Regardless, he needs to do well in Champions League. That's my only bar for him, because at this point with Celtic,
but it's not Brett, he can do really well, but Celtic can't compete in Champions League.
I don't care. That's not it. This is whether or not what projecting USMNT's national team Yanks abroad seasons. I don't care about his SPL season because it's Celtics, so they're going to be on top, one of the top two teams, guaranteed.
Yes.
Next season, that doesn't matter. What matters for me for a successful season, because he's already guaranteed one or two in SPL, would be how well he performs in Champions League.
All I'm going to tell you right now is that it's just going to be the same as last season. They're not going to do well in the Champions League, and they're going to kick ass. And so for me, that's why I'm saying the shit's just going to remain the same. So he needs to get out of the sameness.
So your prediction for this upcoming year to be a successful year is him to get out of SPL.
By the end of the season, his agent needs to be planning an escape route for him. That's a successful season for me. Wow. Is him working with his agent to get the fuck out of fucking Scotland. Okay.
I mean, yeah, he'll continue playing as well as he is. And how do you get out of SPL at that point? You get interest, and it's not going to be your performance against other Scottish Premier League teams. It's going to be what he's going to do in Champions League. And now, of course, I agree with you. I don't think Celtic's going to do anything in Champions League.
No.
But I think he can make a name for himself at the very least.
Well, he has. There has been interest from lower teams in the EPL, but nothing serious enough to draw him away from playing for Celtic next season. So I think he needs an escape route. I think he needs to get out of Scotland and go play and challenge himself and go to the next level. But I do think he'll still get called up regardless. I think he will be one of the guys that gets called up.
I think he'll be in contention for one of our 5 center back spots.
Yeah. Chandler, not going to bother. He's not going to play.
Sorry, Larry.
Yeah, he's not going to play for he'll be a bench player, but plays minuscule minutes. So
well, I mean, as I found out last show, he literally played like 80 minutes last season. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Conrad? Is he with
Conrad's-
Marseille?
He is so fucked. He's so fucked
man.
his career. It's so down in the dumps.
Mhm.
He went to Greece, and that was just got worse. At Marseille, they said, get him off our just loan this bitch out as soon as possible. Like, he's got to take a look in the mirror. He's got no shot in my I'm writing him off. He's done. He's not making any team.
Yeah, but it's kind of he's got the pace, he's got skill. It's just it's got to be his attitude. It has to be 100%.
No, it is. It is. Everybody says it is.
He can just rectify his attitude, similar to what Julian Green did. Except for stay up in the top flight, of course.
Then he can play in League Two somewhere.
That's what I said.
I know. I heard you. Yeah. Luca De La Torre just needs to stay consistent and continue to play as a starter for Celta Vigo, as he earned a regular starting spot through most of the season last season. At the end,
minutes, 100%. That's all I would consider. I don't think looking at any padded stats of goals or assists make any difference for him. That's not who he is.
Unless there's a lot of them, which I don't see happening.
Hey, if that happens, then clearly he's had a successful season.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not going to say, he needs to at least get 5 assists this season. No. That's not who he is.
Well, I mean, I think 5 assists is that's something you could possibly see, but he ain't scoring 5 goals. So, yeah. Serginho Dest, how about just play for Barcelona?
How about
just
that? That's
play.
literally it.
Yeah,
just to play.
Not be shunned and sent away somewhere. Just play. Daryl DK, get healthy, brother.
Yeah.
Yep. Jonathan Gomez.
I think once DK's healthy, I think he'll have a good championship season.
Yeah.
I just think he needs to stop getting injured.
I don't think at this point. I remember telling this to other guys in our little group of people that we used to hang out with online. I told them that little Charlie Brown there, Jordan Morris, was injury prone. Remember when I told them that? They're like, he's had one injury, dude. And then he had another one. They're like, it's just 2 injuries. Then he had another one. I'm like, okay, you believe me that he's injury prone? I think Daryl DK fits in that category too.
Man, it's weird seeing such a physical specimen as he is that he can't stay healthy. It's absolutely shocking to me.
Absolutely sad. Yeah. Gomez, there's not even point in talking about Jogo
until he's even a contender for the team. I know he's playing. He's on the bench of preseason and shit like that. But I need to see him actually on the pitch.
It ain't happening. He'll be back down to Barca too before you know it.
He's going to be on the Olympic squad. That's literally about all we can expect of him at this point.
Is he? Is he going to be on the Olympic squad? I don't know.
U23 options that are going to be better at left back?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not impressed by what I've seen so far.
Yeah, but again, we have to look at the options we have available to us too. So.
I agree, but I'm not impressed. I was when he was with Louisville, but then that kind of shows you the level USL is at. Yeah. Lyndon Gooch should get a look, but he ain't gonna probably get a look.
He's got to get a look at some point. I mean, this is just ridiculous at this point.
So
he is. Why am I spacing the guy's name from Mexico right now? That played for us in both Nations League and Gold Cup.
Oh yeah. You're talking about Mr. Fuck Up on the right wing.
Yep, spacing his name right now is for the life of me.
God
but Gooch has to be a more competitive option at that point.
He's on the left though. He plays on the left.
Yeah.
So.
Zendejas, thank you.
Zendejas,
Daniel and Jack, you guys both got it.
Well, Zendejas is probably going to go on and play a lot better, you would think.
He has nowhere to go but up.
In Liga MX, he's where he's more comfortable and he knows the league real well. But he just tried way too hard. So
yeah, it was no bueno. But yeah, I think Lyndon Gooch definitely deserves a shot, and he's definitely better than Morris or Roldan at this point. I mean, come on, what the fuck?
He'd play a more left wing back spot too, though.
He could.
So yeah, I mean, he's a back. He's a left wing back / left back.
I think a lot of the games that I watched, at least early on in this season, the Sunderland last season was as a left or as a wing option.
I thought you saw him as a left wing back, but
I
he's
don't know.
not a left wing. He's not a left winger.
I never really saw him get back in the defense. I always saw him in the attack.
He's not a left winger, Brett. I'm just telling you. We can bring up his transfer market and where he plays, but I'm telling you, he's not a left winger. He's not a forward. He's not he's not an attacking item for the team. He has other responsibilities.
Wait a second, Derek. What is this? What is this? I was going to say I saw him primarily as a right winger.
I watched him last year, and I saw him primarily as a left.
I don't see anywhere.
Player.
Shouldn't he have a spot back here somewhere?
Can we look at the records from him last season, though, his games? Let's see. All seasons. Yeah, that'll work. And then go through the games. Usually, if you go to championships, it'll tell you what position he played in each game.
Right mid, right mid, right mid, right back, right back, right back, right mid, right back, right back.
I'm just telling you, left back. So those are probably the games I saw, but I saw him primarily play midfield to defense. I never saw him as an attacker.
So you apparently you caught at post injury. I caught pre injury, and he played more of a right mid. Maybe they changed formation. I don't know.
It doesn't really matter. He could probably play an attacking role. I'm just saying for him,
it's the only role at this point. Yeah,
there is more an opportunity at the left back spot for him, if you would think, than there would be on the wing spot for him in our setup currently.
Still has to get over Scally in that sense at left back. And Jedi ain't going fucking nowhere. Where are you going, Jedi? You ain't going nowhere.
Well, unless he gets injured.
Fair enough. But let's hope.
Julian Green, I don't think has much hope. I don't think that Greg's shown any inclination for. He wanted to bring
him in last Gold Cup. Although that was actually Bundesliga, so fair enough.
Yeah, 2 Bundesliga players Greg does not care about at all. He gets 2 fucks, no fucks.
All right.
Joseph Guy went back to. Oh my God,
I didn't realize he still played.
Is this up to fucking date? Seriously?
Yeah.
He's in Durgafors? Oh my God.
Dwayne's at PNE, so yeah, 100% accurate.
Yeah, Dwayne's got no hope. He and Greg hate each other.
That's
Hoppy,
not even contention. Not even worried. He needs to play. Period. A successful season for Matthew Hoppy is to get fucking minutes at this point.
Yes, I mean at this point. Yes. I mean, it's just we're getting to the point of ridiculousness, the word we mentioned earlier. This is ridiculous. Either play shit or get off the pot, or at least get on the pot and prepare to shit, because we haven't even seen that from Matthew, who we know is a gritty guy and a fighter. So for me, this seems to not be so much a player problem, but maybe an attitude issue, where other people don't understand him and his sort of on the field aggressiveness and sort of his rebel attitude towards coaches, which can get you in trouble.
Yeah. Jumping back to Green real quick, Al Weinstein says Green is good. Green was usurped by Timothy Tillman for a while.
Yep.
And then Timothy came to MLS, and Green got his spot back. And Green definitely had a better second half of the season last year, if I recall correctly.
Yes, he did.
So maybe he's on the up and up, and hopefully they're on the up and up. Period. So
I don't think they have any chance of being promoted, though.
Green should have been called into the Gold Cup. There's no reason he should not have been called.
He should have been. Yeah, I'd agree.
He would have absolutely made our team better. 100%.
Yep. Yeah, I think you're right.
Not even questioned.
Yep. Horvath. Well, he's not staying at.
He needs to play wherever he's at.
But if he stays at Nottingham Forest, he's not playing.
Did Nottingham just get rid of one of their goalkeepers or something?
If he stays at Nottingham Forest, he is not playing.
So what you're saying is if they got rid of a goalkeeper, they're going to find another goalkeeper.
Yes.
Okay, fair.
Either way, he is not starting.
He needs to play. That's all. That's a successful season in my book, because Horvath has that history of riding pine. So
Luton got promoted. And people were talking about, oh, yeah, bring Ethan back to Luton. And Luton's like, Yeah, no thanks. We'll move on. Thank you. Aaron Johansson, yeah, whatever.
I can't. Is he even still playing? Seriously, really?
Well, he's playing in Iceland, dude.
It doesn't matter. I mean, he's got one hip, like half a hip, and we rephrase that.
Well, it's gotten better, but
Yeah.
then he had that big surgery and it worked out. Lanez, whatever.
He needs
No.
not even contention. Let's not talk about it.
No, not even worth talking about. Weston McKennie, we already know what he's got to do. Play
He needs
for
to play.
Juventus.
Period. Hands down.
Yep. End of story. Mark McKenzie again have another good season at Genk, and then
Duplicate
maybe
what he did last season. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Yep, and then move to another team afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe move up to another bigger team. Mihailovic, man, grow a pair of fucking balls.
Yep.
And play like you belong at Alze.
Yep.
Play like you belong there. Don't get on the field and get all tentative and play passively.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that.
Take the fucking game to the game.
Yep.
And that's what he needs to do. I don't want to watch any more Alze games next season with Jordy
I
Mihailovic playing.
want to see a Booth-esque type of season.
Yes, I don't want to see Mr. Nice Guy. I like Booth's attitude because he's like, I get the ball and I'm going to fuck you up the ass. I'm taking this ball down the field. And I don't see that from Jordy. I see a very passive guy, like always saying, okay, here, I'm going to give it to you instead. Even though you can go do it yourself. You're going to, anyhow, that needs to change. Novakovic, yeah, whatever.
He needs to get consistent playing time at Venezia, and
he's not going to.
That's all he needs to do. Period.
He lost this.
Anything less than consistent playing time and goals is a bad season for him. Moving on.
Novakovic is not going to start.
I'm just saying. I'm giving my projection of what he needs to do to have a successful season.
I'm just telling you I'm telling you the reality part. He lost his starting spot. He ain't going to be starting next season either. To Sally, go get a modeling job.
Yeah,
Eric Palmer Brown, have a better season.
I imagine at League 2, he probably will have a better season.
PFOC, score some goals.
And
simple as that.
At the very minimum, even just getting playing time. Because even if he's playing and holding the ball up and then bringing the team in to score goals, that's still a very successful season in my mindset. I want to see him score goals, but I want to see him consistent playing time and playing well.
Yeah, he won't get consistent playing time. He lost the starting role, I think, for
okay.
good.
Then at that point, just come in and score a goal every now and then. That'd be successful enough there, I guess.
I really don't see him winning that spot back unless the manager changes.
BMR says, does EPB stay at Draw? Yes.
Certainly looks like he is.
Where the fuck is he going right now?
Because nobody else seems to be screaming for him.
I think he's a decent enough player, defender, that I don't think he should necessarily be in League 2. But
hey, he and his teammates earned that shit.
Yeah. You play that bad, yeah.
Yep. Ricardo Pepe. I expect that Pepe will eventually earn a starting spot on PSV and score a fucking bucket load of goals.
Yes.
That's what I expect this season.
If you had to give a number of goals,
I would say on the low end, 12. On the high end, 20.
I was going to say 15 initially, but yeah, that's 15 is about where I want to be.
Because he's going to get service he could have only dreamt of in his fucking spanking semen dreams last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get service like, oh my God. So if he gets to play, he's going to score.
Hey, he scored a goal in their friendly rival match, the Eindhoven match or whatever it is.
Oh, they are Eindhoven.
Well, there's another Eindhoven team.
Oh well, they're
probably
they
like probably second division. Like that. Yeah, he scored the only goal. It was a 1-0 victory.
No, yeah, I saw it. No, I mean he should be great this year. I cannot envision a year. Something will have to go completely fucking like wrong in the worst way for Pepe not to have like a 13, 14, 15, 16 goal season. Because he's going to get a great service, and as long as he's starting, he should be scoring goals. And it would be a failure otherwise. Yeah. Pulisic, play, start, provide goals, provide assists. Become a baller again, like he was the first season at Chelsea. Yeah. That's what I want to see.
If I can extrapolate the times I've seen him play so far, with AC Milan. It looks to me like he's going to be more of an assister than, say, a goal scorer by all means. But he's had opportunities to score goals too.
Yeah.
Already, and it's preseason. I understand it's preseason. Serie A is going to be completely different, but I think, I totally expect a solid goal scoring and goal assisting.
And stay fucking healthy.
That's key too.
Stay fucking healthy, because if you don't, you're going to be eventually usurped, and you won't be playing left winger, or you won't be playing right winger, and you'll lose any chance, depending on what the formation they use, to play CAM underneath your homeboy, and you need to be able to do that. But they brought in a lot of good attacking players, so he's probably going to play left or CAM. And he just needs to start, play, stay healthy, and score some. But how long have we said this? That's the troubling part, right? So
it's a consistent factor, yes. Although I do think that he got screwed over as far as PT is concerned with Chelsea at the later stages. He didn't do himself a lot of favors at times, but his his goal and assist to minute or whatever was up there with the best of Chelsea.
I get it. No, I agree.
Opportunities. So
if he plays, he's going to do well. And he's especially going to do well that versus that bottom 8 in in Serie A.
I think at the very minimum, he's going to offer an option that will draw a lot of the defense, a lot of pressure. That's going to open up other players in AC Milan. That's going to create chances to score. He may not necessarily be impactful as far as giving the assist or second assist or whatever, if you want to go that route, but he will definitely draw a lot of attention. That'll open up other options on the field.
So lots of assists, hopefully. But
I think well, that's all I care about.
I think goals too. I think a good basket full of goals, because you're playing against especially the bottom 4 in Serie A, the bottom 6.
Mm-hmm.
There should be plenty of opportunities to score goals versus those teams. They're not good.
BMR asks, do you consider Pulisic injury prone?
Yeah, I would say so. It's too many niggling injuries. They're not big ones, but there's so many of them. Huh?
I go, what kind of injuries? No.
Niggling.
All right. Tim Ream.
Stay young.
Yeah.
Stay young, brother.
36 years young. You got it, buddy.
Keep playing, keep 35. Starting, keep wearing that captain's armband.
Yeah.
Keep Fulham in the middle of the table. You're going to be fine. If you don't, and you guys start dropping like a rock, you get injured. Yeah, trouble. Real fast. You won't be on the team. Brian.
Nope,
Reynolds.
Gio. Well, we talked about Gio. We already talked about
Brian
Reynolds. He's not going to get Roma.
No, he's
not.
He
goes to. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Start and play.
Get better. Take that big ass physical body, that really athletic shit that you got going on, and keep it going. Keep building on and learning, and gain a higher soccer IQ. Like, know where you're supposed to be at all times.
We've got the Juve AC Milan game here in about 30 minutes, so we got a speed round.
All right, speed round. Anthony Robinson, he's Jedi.
Chris Richards needs
to
start to play.
I mean, it would be nice. I don't see how that's going to happen, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one thing Crystal Palace had was for a long time now.
He needs to be one of the options off the bench. Let's put it that way, I guess.
But if someone gets hurt, he should start.
Yes.
So I would like to see him get all the starts in the cup games, and build from there. Anthony Robinson, he's the Jedi. He's fine as long as he's healthy.
He needs to learn how to fucking cross. That would be a successful season if he could cross a ball and get more than one assist.
Yes.
We'll take it.
What was it? 88 crosses last season,
but
0 assists.
Yeah.
So he needs to get some assists this season. Sam Rogers, listen, he's got to get the fuck out of Rosenborg. No one cares.
Yeah.
Sabi's done. Kenny's safe. He's in Azerbaijan, for Christ's sake. Josh Sargent, score fucking goals. Take command of the team. Be a fucking leader.
Did you see the clip that was going around Twitter of the most recent friendly? I think it ended in 1-0. I think Norwich ended up winning. He didn't score, but he had a play where he was back. He checked back into the midfield. He ended up breaking up the play, got the ball, and laced this nice, probably about a 30-yard cross to whoever was playing on the right wing. And he didn't end up scoring the goal, but he had a solid chance on goal. But he's definitely making name for his versatility as far as where he plays and how you play him.
Nobody's ever fucking doubted Josh
well,
Sargent's abilities. Well, okay,
some people doubt him.
Well, then they're just wrong.
Yeah,
he's got everything you need to be a very great. And I'm doing this Trump shit now. What's this? What am I doing here?
Huge.
He's very
huge. The best.
Josh Sargent just needs to apply himself. He needs to play huge. He needs to take over the games this season. I don't know. I'm doing more Marlon Brando. Anyhow,
says 20+ goals. Al Weinstein says promotion for Norwich.
I would take 15 goals and a fight for promotion for Norwich.
Got to be in the playoff spot at least.
But more than anything, I want to see him play with a pair of balls. I want him to demand things from his teammates.
He's
demand the ball.
He's bulked up over the last 6 months.
I don't care about his ball. I want him to demand the ball.
I think he's definitely taking that I gotta grow a pair. Thanks, Derek. I appreciate you explaining that to me and how to play my role. I will now grow some fuzzy ones and go out there and score some goals.
Well, he's definitely got fuzzy ones, right? Because he's got kids. But he's no Pulisic. I'm just telling you, he needs to become a leader on the team. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, he needs to be Pookie going forward. People need to look to him when they think, okay, we got to score. I'm passing it to Josh Sargent. And Josh Sargent's got to fucking demand it. Give me the fucking ball. That's what I want to see out of Josh Sargent. He didn't have to be a dick about it, but he needs to become a leader on the team.
It's just a shame that he also has the best passing on for Norwich as well. So,
yes, I know. He could be a midfielder for fuck's sake.
Joe Skelly.
Just play.
Yeah, that's about it at this point. And quite frankly, we just found out earlier his competition apparently has blood cancer. Hope the guy recovers well and quickly. But
it's a fucking formal name for blood cancer, by the way.
I don't know what it is still.
Fucking shit. My mom has it, and I don't know what it's called. That's pretty sad, dude. Mm-hmm. That's a dumbass is what I'm talking about.
Gabriel Slonina will probably play second fiddle and not see much time. Maybe cup time, but questionable. Sebastian Soto. Who cares?
Hold on, I'm coming back. I tried to look up the blood cancer thing. It didn't work out.
Caleb Stenko.
Oh, my God. What the fuck? All right.
There.
That was a commercial.
Close X hamster. We don't need to hear about this. Caleb Stenko, again, who cares?
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about that. Zach Steffen.
He's still in Greece, Stanko, huh? Jesus
I guess.
Christ.
What it says here.
Soto. You skipped over Soto already.
No, I said Soto, and I said, who cares?
Klagenfurt.
You were watching all sorts of porn, and I just moved on.
Yeah, I wish.
All right, Zach Steffen.
Somebody's trying to sell me a vibrator. All right, Zach Steffen.
There you go. Is this we got lymphoma?
Lymphoma, thank God.
We also have whatever the fuck that is. I don't know if Bandit's fucking me over with this.
Sangre cancerous. But lymphoma, yeah.
Or leukemia.
Leukemia. That's it. It's leukemia. Lymphoma is the cancer of the lymphoids. Okay. All right. So Zach Steffen.
Another loan or a transfer at this point. He's gotta be sold, right? He's gonna have to get sold.
He's gonna have to be loaned or sold, but I do think that he just needs to regain some confidence, dude.
Yeah.
And he needs to play and be confident. And that is a long way off from him, I have to tell you.
You're right. Actually playing doesn't actually mean it's going to be a successful season. He needs to play and do well.
Yeah.
Malik Tillman's going to get loaned out probably to
Stuttgart.
So play. That's
Play.
about it, right? Play.
Yep. Austin Trusty.
He's gonna get loaned out again.
Yep. Play.
So, play. I mean, at that point, what more can you ask?
Right.
Matt Turner, do well enough in your cup games, I guess.
I mean,
What else can you
maybe
ask him to do?
Ramsdale gets injured and he gets a handful of games.
A lot of prayer and hopes here, and I hate wishing for an injury, but I mean, it's Matt Turner. We gotta give him some playing time, right?
Yeah, he'll play cup games. All I got to say is he needs to make a plan for the season after that. As we get closer to the World Cup, he needs to play. Tanner Tessman, just keep doing what you're doing, dude.
Honestly,
kick ass.
He might even get sold here before too long. There's a lot of talk of him moving into Germany or into Syria.
But if he stays, continue to be the team's leader.
Yep.
And get them into the promotion zone.
And give Berhalter a swift kick to the man marbles if he doesn't give you a call up one of these days.
Yeah. Sam Vines.
Get healthy,
stay healthy and play. Yeah. Tim Weah, play. I mean, he's gonna
be a wing back at Juve.
Yeah.
So you have to take maybe notch a handful of assists type of thing. But yeah, I mean, play, and that's about all I can hope for at that point.
Andrew Wooten, eat a lot of hot dogs.
Come on, what the hell? Why is Wooten on this list? Seriously.
He's playing abroad. Haji Wright, Antalyaspor, get out of Turkey.
Get out of Turkey, or continue to score goals so you can get out of Turkey fast.
You'd have to score a shitload of goals for me to be impressed, though. Alex Zendejas, I mean, have a good season at Club America. Try to rebuild your reputation as a quality player. Score goals, get assists, because you just blew your reputation in the last game. So, the last Gold Cup. All right, that's about it. That's what we got, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma.
Make sure you watch Juve versus AC Milan. We got at least 3 Yanks playing tonight.
Yeah, we're going to go watch the game right after we're done signing off here. And just remember, I think it's good to build a relationship with your stepsister. So if you're going to do that, tonight's a good night. You can both sit down together on the couch and watch the game together. And I think that builds a bond around a certain sport, right? That you both are going to be engaged in. Anyhow, it's passion that you can carry on later into the day or the night in another room. So anyhow, just some advice. If you're hooking up with your stepsister and you've already talked it out with everybody in the family and they're cool with it, it's time to get interested in the same
longest stepsister exit ever. Outro. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Well, Brett, all I'm saying is it can't be all about hiding the sausage. There's got to be depth to the relationship. All right. Until the next.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, whatever. All right. Until the next time on the Straight Red Card, we'll see you Monday. Good night.
That hurt. I'm tuned in like crazy, and I'm pretending like I know what they're doing, and I'm
the articulate and intelligent.
Greg's a bitch. That's all.
I find them offensive as hell.